Hey, Richard Murbach here with the Tom George Yacht Group. Today we are at our US 19 location here in Clearwater, and currently I'm standing on our brand new 2021 40 Invincible Catamaran. First one that we've had, we're really excited. We also have a 35 that is in stock right now, and also a 37 that's on order for the catamarans. And then we also have a 33 and a 36 monohull in stock right now. So we'll talk about the 40. Right now, this is the largest catamaran. However, they did just finish hull number 1 of the 46. Hung the engines on it not too long ago, and it's going to be available to see down at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show, which is at the end of this month, October 2020. So let's talk about the 40. This one we got a quad 400 Mercuries. Boat top end is going to be over 70 miles an hour, depending on your load. So you have 800 gallons of fuel on this boat, which means your speed can really vary. That's a lot of weight, a lot of different elements that you can really run this boat, but well over 70 miles an hour on the top end, and a cruise from anywhere from 30 all the way to over 50 miles an hour. That's the beauty of these catamarans, is you have a huge cruise range on them depending on your sea conditions. The fuel economy doesn't really vary too much on this boat. With a load, fishing offshore with some seas, you're probably going to average about 0.9 miles to the gallon with these 400s on the back. So you also can see we have our 2 pressurized Livewells here in the back. These are each 60 gallons. So you have 120 gallons of live well capacity right here in the transom, and then there's also an optional one in the floor right into the deck, which is 70 gallons. That's an optional one, which is right here in front of our bilge hatch. So you see 70 gallons here in the floor, and then access into our bilge compartment back there as well. There's obviously 2 hatches for your bilge compartments. You have access to your plumbing for your live wells. This boat does have 2 sea chests on it with backup pumps for each well. So the 3 wells, we have a backup pump for each well. So no matter what happens when you're offshore, your bait should never die on tournament day. If you spend 2 days catching those baits, you'd hate to have them die the morning of the tournament. So great access into there. And as you can see, an absolutely monstrous cockpit on the back of this boat. You do have an option for dual row seating on this 40. Does eat up into your cockpit space, probably right about here, but still gives you a good 4 or 5 feet of cockpit space if you have that second row seating. This particular boat we optioned for it to be a hardcore fishing. The guy that's gonna run offshore, run 100 plus miles, shoot even out of Clearwater here. You could get to the oil rigs and back and put a yellowfin tuna on the boat if you wanted to. And speaking of yellowfin tuna, there is a absolutely monstrous fish box here. So this fish box is the largest one on the boat. There is another one on the other side, but this one you could easily fit anything you want. So big yellowfin tuna or swordfish, you can stick that one in there. If you don't want to have to fish your grouper out from back over here, there is this box over here on the other side, which is about the size of the hatch here, so a lot easier to get your fish in and out. And then obviously we have a ton more storage up front. In regards to tackle storage, we have this back here behind us. We love this this tackle storage option here on pretty much all of our boats, from the monohulls to these catamarans. We love this flip down storage with the built-in cooler underneath it. So great for your drinks and stuff, so you don't have to mix your bait with your drinks. Everybody's got their own way of doing it, but that's the way I would do it. Rod holders, cup holders here in the back. Hardtop with the more rod holders. Our Gemlux outriggers. Isinglass wings on this boat, which come into the hardtop here. You see those tracks, and obviously LED lighting throughout the entire boat. So if you're fishing offshore, you can see what you're doing. And we got 12 speakers and 4 subs on this boat, so and probably room to add more. Ton of space on the boat, ton of space. So we'll move forward here, talk about the helm. As you can see, we have our triple wide LeBrock seats. That is also an option. Keep in mind, literally everything on these boats are options. So you don't like these, tell us what you do like, and we'll figure it out. They do slide forward and backwards, nice and easy, and they do have the armrests on either side. All the vinyl's an option, any colors you want. If you don't want it, stitching, we can do it. So, and then our big Garmin displays here. These are twin 22-inch Garmins. These are, they do make a 24 as well, but we really do like these. Still can fit your VHF radios in the middle, as well as our mercury gauge here in the middle, and then our autopilot here as well. Keep in mind, everything can be run through these Garmin screens. You can see all your information through there, whether it's your maps, your bottom machine, your stereo, your autopilot, your engine RPMs, fuel burn, all that stuff. Everything can be relayed through your Garmin screens. Up above us, we also have a radar. That's the Phantom 54. So that's the open array Phantom radar, which that Phantom pulse compression technology is really nice. Be able to have really good target separation, just like your chirp transducers. It's a very similar technology, except for your radar for good target separation, and not just a big clump of cloud or bridge or whatever it is that you're trying to look at. Push to start, and then obviously all of our stainless steel switches. Again, 5 bait well pumps on the boat, and backup for each of one of those. So we did the isinglass on this one. A little more simplicity. There is an option to have a glass enclosure, which looks really nice. Just depends on the person. Again, this is probably more your rugged guy that's going to fish 95% of the time. But maybe not. You never know. Everybody's got their own way of doing it. Got the speakers up above us. Our VHF speakers for each of our VHFs. VHF antennas up there, as well as an FM antenna, and all your lights and everything that you need up there. A little bit of storage underneath here, nothing really to mention there. An extra battery for your house battery is in there, and then some storage on either side of the tackle storage here. So we'll walk up to the bow and show you the coffin box. So this is the modification that we decided to go with, where you have your cooler in here in front of the helm, and then a space for me to walk back and forth, in and out. Again, the fishability, we do feel like having this space and then the space in the bow in order to walk on either side of the coffin box is nice. And then also, again, having a coffin box separated from the cooler is there as well. But there is an option for an extended console coffin, which means it's all integrated up there into the console. So basically you would slide this whole thing backwards, put a nice pretty pad on top of it. It does give you more room in the bow, but you don't have the ability to walk in between the two. The other thing we like is this backrest kind of acts as a windbreak. So if you're sitting here and you have this up, boat's fast. So at 70 miles an hour, it is nice to have a little bit of a windbreak here if you do indeed want to be sitting up here at 70 miles an hour. Or shoot, put it right here, all backrest, and we'll pop it open here for you guys. We got 7 rod holders on either side integrated in here, and then these dividers are easily removable depending on how you want everything to drain and whatnot. Obviously in the floor we have more storage. This is an unfinished or finished but uninsulated hatch here, and then the one in the back could be another fish box, which is macerated, that pumps out overboard. This one just drains right overboard, and it extends all the way forward. So a good place to throw some really long gaffs or something that you have in there. Love this box here. But again, 7 rod holders here, and another 7 on the other side. I think this boat total, I counted them the other day, I think we had 54 rod holders, something like that. Also, plenty of cup holders. So if you're hanging out at the island, that's good. fresh and saltwater washdowns up here in the bow underneath the gunnel. You also have another 2 fresh and saltwater washdowns on the back side underneath the gunnel. So those 2 are options, which most people won't option them with the ones in the front, but it is nice to have multiple areas to fresh and saltwater in your boat. And then up here in the bow, anchor storage on either side here. This boat we did not option with a windlass. Could be something we could add after the fact, but again, you do have the option to add a joystick to this one, so the position hold is nice. Even these trolling motors nowadays, these guys are putting trolling motors on here. Rodan makes a 96-inch trolling motor that will work for this boat in relatively calm conditions. And if it's a little rougher, you can obviously hit that engage on your spot lock for the Optimus system or whatever system you decide to put on your boat. But if you do decide to anchor the boat, you can fit an anchor ball right in here, and then your anchor in here, big hatch in here, with plenty of storage for as much anchor road as you want to put in there. You could probably put 800 feet if you wanted to, but I don't know why you'd anchor that deep, but you could. But yeah, that's the 40 Invincible Catamaran. I hope you were able to hear me over the traffic here off US 19. If you're driving by, you can't miss the boat. It's huge. Come see it. Come get on these cats in person. We will take you for a ride. It is a boat. A lot of people haven't ridden these catamarans. Some people don't love them, you know, and that's why Invincible's still making the monohulls, because they're 36, 39, 42 monohulls. Great boats that have been perfect for Invincible for a long time, but these catamarans do give you that stability at speed, great drifting ability if you're a guy that likes to swordfish a lot, and you're constantly drifting, working one side or the other. Really, there's a lot of advantages to the boats: fuel efficiency, range, storage, all that fun stuff. So again, my name is Richard Murbach, Tom George Yacht Group, Invincible Boats off the US 19. Give us a call. Thanks for watching.